I'm here with Ian Donnell from the University of St. Andrews Conservative and Unionist Association. So, what does it mean to be a member of the Conservative Party?
Okay, well, our official party title is the Conservative and Unionist Party. And, over the last sort of 6-8 months, we've seen the referendum in September and we've all tried to move forward from that. So the Unionist title, really, I can't put enough emphasis on it at the minute. It's obviously very important. We're the only party in Scotland where you'll go into the ballot box, you'll look down the list and see Unionist in our title. That, the Unionist message is all too important with the threat of nationalism. Well, used to sit in the wings and now it's out fighting for every seat, and there's a realistic chance we're going to have a huge block of nationalist MPs returned. No other party has come out and guaranteed that they will stop a nationalist agenda being delivered at Westminster. The Conservative Party plays that we will not work with the SNP and we will not help the nationalist agenda be delivered at Westminster. Once we have achieved a stronger and more secure union, working against the forces of nationalism and returning a Conservative majority in the next Parliament, we can work to implement certain Conservative policies. Conservative policies largely, they're not about where you come from, they're about where you want to go to. They're about the aspirational families, the sort of men and women who get up every morning, get the children ready for school, go out to work. That's the people we're about. We want to give those people a hand up, not a handout. The Labour Party would propose that, the redistribution of wealth, and we would stagnate the economy by giving handouts rather than hand-ups. But by helping the working people out, we will grow our economy, grow prosperity, and give them a better life for themselves and their children.
Right.
We also believe in firm control over government spending, reducing the size of the state and its intrusion in people's lives.
Right, so then what are the main issues, if those aren't the main issues of the Conservative Party for this general election? Okay,
so those are our main values. In this particular election, there are several main issues which seem to be touching a chord with the electorate. Obviously the NHS and education feature high on those lists. EU reform and the possibility of an EU referendum also, but perhaps most fundamentally is the role of the economy in this next election and who is best suited to carry forward economic reform and rebuilding our economy after the recession.
So what are you proposing to do about these issues, or about the economy most specifically?
Okay, well, on the economy specifically, we've halved the deficit as a share of our economy over the past government. We hope to continue doing so over the next government. Hopefully by phase 2 of deficit reduction, which will be introduced in 2018-19 under a Conservative government in the next Parliament, we will enter a surplus, which aids our prosperity as a nation. We've already seen us move forward as the fastest growing economy in the G7. Hopefully we'll continue to grow as much. And that eventually will help our people in finding jobs, employment. We've seen employment increase rapidly in areas such as the Northwest. The Northwest has seen the largest growth in employment in the United Kingdom over our government. The Northeast has seen the largest growth in exports. So our economy and our economic revival after the recession has not been based in London and the Southeast, as some would argue, but based entirely over our United Kingdom and areas which would have been deemed to be lacking in prosperity and somewhat deprived before, but the Conservative Party wishes to change that.
Oh, right, but more specifically, what can the Conservative Party do for St. Andrews students, or have they done something already?
Okay, well, for St. Andrews students and students in general, we've reformed university funding. Like no reforms have been implemented in that area before. It's now the case that while at university you need pay nothing towards your degree at all. And until you're in a position where you're earning a salary of £21,000, you'll not be expected to pay anything back towards your tuition fee loans. So obviously we've given our students that security so that when they come out and graduate, which hopefully they'll find a new career in the prosperous economy that the Conservative Party hope to build all across our United Kingdom, then they can start paying back bit by bit as they earn more.
Right, okay. So for those people who are voting for the first time this May, what is, like an easy way for them to remember why they should vote for the Conservative Party?
Well, it's relatively simple, really. For those people who are interested in the future of our union, who are interested in the future of our economy, who are interested in future investment in schooling and the NHS, which I'll briefly touch on, we pledged to give a further £8 billion in funding to the NHS over the course of the next government, and we've given £12.7 billion in extra funding over the last government. And schooling, we propose to open a further 200 new free schools, and we've opened already 100 in the last government. So, if you want a party that works for the union, that works for our economy, that works for families, and isn't about where you come from, but about where you want to go to, then vote Conservative on May the 7th.
Right. That's fantastic. Well, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure having you speak to us.
Thank you.
For The Saint, I'm Bree Chu.